Hi guys, welcome back to another Zara update. Before we dive in, I just wanted to say that you guys are amazing and you're so very kind to me. Thank you for all of your encouragement on my last video. I was honestly shocked by how well it was received, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I appreciate each one of you guys so very much. All right, let's get into Zara's training. A quick little recap. Dr. Patricia thought that Zara had a botfly infestation, and it turned out that she was right. I dewormed Zara and Zinfandel last Tuesday, and the little larvae started showing their ugly little faces in their feces. I also put Zara on a magnesium supplement and another herbal supplement to help calm her nerves. Sometimes I think supplements are kind of hokey, but it was worth a try, and I am happy to announce that between the new supplements and the deworming, there has been huge changes. Last Friday, after I uploaded my last update, I went out and worked with her, and she literally, I'm not even kidding, fell asleep while I was petting her. I was amazed, but I was also pretty skeptical. I'm like, is this really happening? So the next day, I went out, and she was also unusually calm. So there's most definitely been a change in her personality, or should I say a change back to her normal personality, because when I first got her, she was a lot more mellow than she's been in the past few months. All right, so let's jump into this week's progress. Zara already knows how to halter one way, but I started teaching her this way. In the method that I'm using, it requires you to halter 3 different ways. This actually is not one of those 3, but we'll get to that in a second. You can tell that she's still nervous, but overall she's handling training much better. She is even holding her head lower, and that was one of the first things that I noticed. Y'all know that I'm training with positive reinforcement, so just know that when I take away the stimulus, like the halter in this case, that I reward her with a hay treat. So for most of the rest of this video, I will be cutting that part out just to save time for you guys. And here I'm rubbing the ropes together so that she gets used to this sound before I ever attempt to tie it on. You'll notice that I was just in shorts because it was 80 degrees, and then this is the next day and I'm all bundled up because it's 30. Texas weather is very weird. Here I am working on the same type of haltering, except now I'm trying to be more loose about it. My movements are bigger and less shy, and I'm letting the crown piece flop off of her rather than taking it off like in the previous clip. If I would have done this a week ago, she would have had a meltdown. I know that because I tried that.
Good girl. Okay, ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, D. Good girl.
Here we are working on one of the required ways to halter. The horse is supposed to stick their head through the loop that you make with the crown piece and your arm, and then target their nose into the noseband. Because Zara already knows how to target into a closed halter, teaching her this was quite easy now that she's less nervous. I'm starting out rewarding her for targeting the noseband, but you'll see how this progresses. The audio here is horrible because I'm just shooting on my phone, but I wanted you guys to see how well the cues work. You'll hear me say oops when she tries something that isn't the answer I'm looking for. You can see that she knows what it means because she immediately tries something else. Let's watch.
Whoops, 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 whoops. D.
The Liberty backup has come quite in handy when I want her to stay in the frame of the camera. So here you can see that she now knows the game, so it's time to move on. Now I'm looking for her to target with duration with a 10-second countdown. So I want her to target the noseband and hold it there. Here she takes a step forward to push her nose further into the halter, which is part of the next step, so I give her a big reward. And then she's killing it with the next step. She shoves her nose right in like a pro. After a few good tries at this, I move on to the next step, which is putting the crown piece over her pole, and then she spooks. But check out that spook. It is so different from the ones before. Let's check out some of the ones before. I mean, seriously, this is nothing. I'll take this spook any day. You can see that I'm bummed even so, but that is because I said the bridge sound deep right when she spooked. But because I said the bridge sound, I had to make good on my promise and still reward. So then I take a training step backward and reward for just putting the crown piece over one ear, and then we resume back to where we were.
Good girl. Good girl. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, D. Very good, Zara.
Before teaching the third required way to halter, the program preps the horse with what is called a Mustang hug, where you can put both arms around the horse's neck. This is where two-hand petting is introduced, which may seem like a small thing to those who've not worked with a Mustang, but to a Mustang, it's a pretty big deal. I started by asking Zara to target both of my hands. We do make faster progress on this, but you can see that she's still very concerned about me being so close. A few days later, I add in the halter to begin working on the third haltering process. It requires either dropping the halter on the far side of the neck while holding the strap, or by sticking the strap up under the far side of the neck. But we are not ready for that because we haven't finished the Mustang hug. We're still getting her used to me being this close and touching with two hands. One thing that's kind of cool that Zara's been doing is when she's ready to start something, she'll lean into whatever I'm holding or my hand. For now, this is very helpful, but we'll see if we still need this later on. The last focus for this week was liberty leading with a rope dragging beside me. The point of this task is to get the horse okay with a dragging rope, in case they break free with a halter and rope attached. I attempted this task back in December, but Zara was terrified of the rope on the ground. Last week, I showed us working on her just following it from afar, but this week we tried the real thing. You can see she's still very aware of the rope and not quite settled, but this is leaps and bounds better than before. We only worked on this for one session, so I think we'll see a lot of improvement within the next few days. There was one weird thing that happened this same day. We were liberty leading with the rope dragging, and I did a few backup steps. She turned her bum toward me a few steps. I got out of the way because, you never know. I had never seen that before from her. I'm pretty sure that she was either confused with what I was asking or was performing a calming signal. I don't think that she was warning me, but it is possible. You'll see in this next clip when I ask her to back up that she starts side passing. I think this is a similar confusion to the clip before. I'll keep you guys updated if anything else surfaces, but let me know what your interpretation of it is. Well, that's it for this week's update. What do you guys think? I know I can see a difference in her demeanor, but I work with her every day. So what do you guys think? Is it obvious that she's calmer? I got some questions about where Zinfandel has been. Well, when I work with Zara, Zinfandel gets her alfalfa and hangs out in the little offshoot pen that I made. So she's still here and she's doing well. I'll probably do a Zinfandel update next week. All right, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.